Regarding the presence of Joseph and Mary in Bethlehem, far from their Galilean home, and the imperial decree by compliance with which they were led there, the following notes are worthy of consideration. Farrar says, "It appears to be uncertain whether the journey of Mary with her husband was obligatory or voluntary. Women were liable to a capitation tax, if this enrollment also involved taxation. But, apart from any legal necessity, it may easily be imagined that at such a moment Mary would desire not to be left alone. The cruel suspicion of which she had been the subject and which had almost led to the breaking off of her betrothal would make her cling all the more to the protection of her husband." The following excerpt is from Geiky's Life and Words of Christ. The Jewish nation had paid tribute to Rome through their rulers since the days of Pompey, and the methodical Augustus, who now reigned, had to restore order and soundness to the finances of the empire. After the confusion and exhaustion of the civil wars, took good care that this obligation should neither be forgotten nor evaded. He was accustomed to require a census to be taken periodically in every province of his vast dominions, that he might know the number of soldiers he could levy in each, and the amount of taxes due to the treasury. In an empire embracing the then known world, such a census could hardly have been made simultaneously, or in any short or fixed time. More probably it was the work of years, in successive provinces or kingdoms. Sooner or later, however, even the dominions of vassal kings like Herod had to furnish the statistics demanded by their masters. He had received his kingdom on the footing of a subject, and grew more entirely dependent on Augustus as years passed, asking his sanction at every turn for steps he proposed to take. He would thus be only too ready to meet his wish by obtaining the statistics he sought, as may be judged from the fact that in the last years of his life, just before Christ's birth, he made the whole Jewish nation take a solemn oath of allegiance to the emperor as well as to himself. It is quite probable that the mode of taking the required statistics was left very much to Herod, at once to show respect to him before his people, and for the known opposition of the Jews to anything like a general numeration, even apart from the taxation to which it was designed to lead. At the time of which the narrative refers, a simple registration seems to have been made, on the old Hebrew plan of enrolling families in their ancestral districts, of course for future use, and thus it passed over quietly. The proclamation having been made through the land, Joseph had no choice but to go to Bethlehem, the city of David, the place in which his family descent, from the house and lineage of David, required him to be inscribed.